On behalf of Green Action, I'm going to present what we are doing, what we are thinking, and what happened in very few slides. Myself, me working in government, I work for Green Action as a volunteer, just part-time volunteer. When I have time, I contribute for Green Action and other organizations also. So this is very short, and I'm going to not to read all the lines, but maybe what are more important that I will elaborate more. Please, next. This is just about Nepal knowledge. You can find it in website, and I don't go through it. Next, please. About that, what is the existing situation of waste management in Nepal? What we think in Green Action? What we were discussing in Green Action? That is, there are relevant policies and programs already in place. No need to rewrite the policies again. Public participation is issues existing, really happening, because the cleanup campaign organized by government, there were only armies and policemen, and sometimes we tried to contribute some with our volunteers, and we saw there 90% of the campaign was the members or people from army and police, as you see. Therefore, it was okay. Thank you very much. So there is little awareness, very little awareness on waste management. That is true. It was approved by the government's cleanup campaign. That government should be rethinking about what should be done later. And the municipalities, they are the main planners and implementers of waste management. Really, they are responsible by act. And technology is still traditional. We collect the waste and dump somewhere. Nothing is done to improve environmental quality. That is true. Somewhere there is good practices, but still, in general, we can say that they are very traditional. And public-private partnership is the name is good, the terminology good, but it is very little in practice in Nepal. That is deserved for better. What it is promising somewhere, there is good practice also being done. And waste generation is, I found from very good presenter in some very recent time, there is 0.25 kilogram per person per day at household level waste collection, generation, and in total 34 kg per person per day total. There's in average 7,000 tons of solid waste produced by urban population. Only urban, calculation of urban waste. Next, please. So why Green Action? Why Green Action results is relevant? There are many civil societies, NGOs working, INGOs working, and community-based organizations working in waste management. But why Green Action? That we realized, many people among us realized that some should be thinking about green technologies, green movement, green economies. Therefore, we voluntarily joined with each other, working for waste management, and further, what can be done? It is just a vision. So, this is the bridge between government and people. We see in the government campaigns, there's little participation from the people. Therefore, there should be bridge for the, not only for the cleanup, but for cooperation for the regular government's programs. That encourage partnership for networking with private and public sectors. We know private sector has some money for a corporate social responsibility. It is not used for waste management. It is used for other purposes. Okay, it is good for other purposes, but it can be also used for waste management also. How can we draw the resources from private sector for waste management? That we see there are possibilities. And we can promote volunteerism. When called by ANSEL and American Embassy, there are so many people gathered voluntarily. That's a very good experience, and we also participate in other campaigns also while we were still not in Green Action. There are responsible organizational members we have in Green Action, and we have good team and understanding among each other. There is, we have social workers, by thinking, by attitude, we are social workers. Therefore, we join each other. Next, please. So, what are the approaches? I quickly go through that. Self-awareness with proactive strategies. We proactively organize these cleanup campaigns and other thinkings and other plans. And we want to start from simple and doable actions and grow later on. It is just 1 year or less than that. And we organized our organization. We established our organization. And solid waste management is the most important catchy agenda in Nepal. Because everywhere you can see waste. We don't need mapping. You can see everywhere. If we do mapping in the red point, then all Kathmandu will be red. That's true. Therefore, we don't want mapping. Sure. Next, please. No, just play this one.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yes. We can invite, coordinate and unite local initiatives. There are so many community-based initiatives for cleanup, collection, just collection, not for treatment. People are collecting waste in community stores, clusters, but these are collecting and just giving and throwing somewhere. Generally, that can be said. Just dumping a waste is not the solution. Everyone can understand that, but beyond that, nobody has thought. Nobody is thinking about that. What next? Therefore, governments are responsible, but people are also responsible. How we can unite government and people? How can we in between this? That is the issue. Therefore, we are approaching in that way. The ultimate goal is to promote green economy. That is our vision. Next, please. We want to promote a network volunteerism. We all are volunteers. Green Action members are volunteers, and they work on weekends, and sometime in the night or sometime just communicating with each other who may be helping to the campaigns. And research and development in public-private partnership is a very big agenda, and we have to learn from many urban, semi-urban areas, and there should be good practice. We already know some good practice, but we have to learn from them their ideas. Next, please. Progress status. That is just what we want to share with you within the span of 1 year, what we have done so far. We have 40 youth volunteers, among them 25% are female, and coordinated with NCL, US Embassy, EU, Kathmandu Metropolitan City, many schools, colleges, for cleanup on June 5. Why the June 5? We decided June 5 because in the June 5 starts the government National Sanitation Week. This is the first day of National Sanitation Week of the government, therefore we joined that day. And carried out cleanup campaigns in the June 5 and other days also participated and coordinated for regional. What we are meeting here is our coordination, local level coordination, that we have done so far in this span of time. Next, please. That is with NCEL. Place New Banasar, it is just start from this crossroads here and about 2 kilometers far from their side, supported by NCEL, and we organized our volunteers, and NCEL also invited volunteers, and there was around 4,500 people gathered for waste collection. And also supported by Kathmandu municipality, civil police, armed police, school college, NCEL itself, local organization, media, people participated here. With American Embassy, we have done in Maharashtra area. Minimum 500 people were mobilized, and volunteers participated by all the Kathmandu Metropolitan City, also supported with their vehicles, with their staff. St. Laurent School, Service Department stores, private sector, and other supermarkets also supported for the campaign. Next, please. In Nagarkot area, with Naldum Nagarkot Tourism Development Committee, Nagarkot is a resort site in high uphill 2,000 meters above, and it was a good place to work for promotion and awareness, and mobilize around 600 people and participated by local people and local clubs. Next, please. And other events also there were. In Katunje Bhaktapur, it was a bit earlier. 10 trucks, 900 people gathered their waste collection. and Chittagong around 1,000 people, Pokhara around 1,500 people, Bardia 1,200, Itahari, so many other locations. In Kilganga, we joined with government program there for cleanup. And in our campaign, we got support from many agencies, particularly from Nepal Red Cross, and one representative from Nepal Red Cross is here. I request to raise Santiji to representing Nepal Red Cross Society, and I want to applaud her presence here. Thank you very much. And about collected 100 plus trucks of waste, and can be equivalent to around 1 to 2 ton per truck. This is more than 100 tons. Just we said 200 tons, but it is between 100 to 200 tons. Next, please. These are just photos, and one of the photos is ambassador of US Embassy here. Yes, also participating in the campaign, jointly organized with American Embassy here. And we this one photo is from with government, jointly with the government, and metropolitan city. We organize the campaign. The different episodes. Next, please. What the people said about our campaigns. People want this spontaneous participation. This we campaign. The people came spontaneously. We don't know them. Just people came and joined. That's very good symbol or signal of their participation, and they do for better awareness. They also want that people should be better aware, more people, and realize the importance of the social event. As we said earlier, that it is not clean up as a social campaign, and they are cooperating with the government and NGOs who should take care of the environment. They want that the NGOs should help the government, and government should also help the NGOs, and this should be organized more frequently. I mean, they want, if some other organizations also call for a campaign, they will join. And this is the continuing the government efforts. So ultimately, the government is responsible, but we support for the government, and it succeed. It depends on the success depends on the cooperation from the government. Next, please. So media and news, I don't because it will be displayed later after this presentation, but it was highlighted in media, TV and newspapers. Yes. What are the main issues and challenges we are thinking and we faced at that time so far? So the main problem is each organization has own agenda. It is difficult to coordinate between these agendas. It is most challenging thing. Because if we coordinate, we can organize, we can synergize the resources, efforts, and everything that can be done, but it is the most difficult part. So the government should come forward with own plan, and we want to join the government plan. So we don't want to invite the government, we want to go to the government plan. That is the one thing, major issue. And just collection and disposal of the waste is not the solution, as we talked earlier also. There should be some national level waste management program, and the NGOs, CBOs, private sector should join that, should contribute to their government program. That is the most important thing. And reduction at source, collection, transportation, recycling, reuse, and recovery of materials should be practically integrated to municipal plans. The municipal plans are ideally good, but they are just collecting and disposing. There is not in between this. This processing is not complete. Just collection and disposal. So appropriate rules, regulations with funds. It is important, but government has funds. Regular funds, but it is not enough maybe for this in between processing components. Next please. So in the last, it is very the last slide is something we want to say, but it is somewhere. Yeah, you can show it that way. The last one. Anyway, the last slide says that we should have good attitude. We should have good attitude first. Yeah, first we should try to transform ourselves in attitudes and then achieve some results from positive and practical actions. We want to achieve some results, and then only we can share it with others and we can support others. That is the most important. It is our vision, it is our approach, it is our mission that we want to do through volunteerism. That's all. If any questions, I'm ready to answer. For me, to help here, we have our chairperson here and other members. Please. Thank you very much.